Alright guys, I made a video yesterday about social media and how we should use it sensibly and use it to help us rather than kind of hinder us. Now, I'm on social media as well, same as most people, and I tend to try and use it for positive posts, watching positive videos and trying to learn really a lot of the time. And I see so many people use it in a negative way, and they rant on there and post negative things, and probably what's happening then is that they're getting negative feedback from people, and they're being fed negative videos in return, and it's all then going to be a spiral in that direction. Okay, now I use social media a lot of time to kind of promote my businesses and my book, World Class Happiness. There's a little plug there. But I think what we tend to forget, all right, and this is, I saw a video a little while ago which really kind of brought it home to me, which made me think, is that a lot of people, when they're on social media, they're trying to impress other people, which we kind of, we do tend to know, all right. Now, people tend to put on things all the time about, we've achieved this, this is happening, I've got this is my new car, you know, look at the restaurant that we're eating in, look at the holiday that we're on, and it's all kind of look at me. All right, now that's great, because obviously you want to put yourself across in as best light as you can. I understand that. But the problem is that the reality is not always as good as it's made out to be. All right, and we're less happy by trying to impress other people. Now, this video that I saw fairly recently, I forget who made it, and I forget who was actually on it, but he was actually saying that we spend more time trying to impress taxi driver number 1 and bouncer number 2 than the main characters. And to start with, I wondered what he meant by that, but what he meant was when you watch a film, you know the main characters. It was this person who was the star and this person who was the main character, but you know, and then you know, as the credits come up, you get to your characters who don't even have names. You know, there's not like Josie Palmer, who, for example, just made that up, who is the main character. You then get to people who are called taxi driver 1 and bouncer number 2, and they don't even have names. They're people who aren't important enough to have names. They're just the little bit parts and the little walk-on parts here and there that kind of make up part of the story, but they're not that important. All right, and that's what this person on the video was saying, was that we spend our whole life trying to impress taxi driver number 1 and bouncer number 2, and we forget that the people we're actually really trying to impress are ourselves and the main characters. Hence, in most people's cases, our family and our close friends, not the people who don't matter, not the people who you know, who you kind of see in passing, the people who are on your friends list but you barely ever interact with, or some people you barely even know. And that's a problem, because we spend more time on there putting things out to impress those people, and in doing so, what we do is we lose a little bit of connection with those people we're actually close to, and we're actually impressing them a lot less. So something to think about. Obviously, I'd always kind of been quite careful on social media. I'm somebody who doesn't put things on there willy-nilly. I always think about what I'm putting on social media, and I'm not one for kind of putting things on like, you know, this is what we're doing, this is happy birthday to the greatest wife in the world, because I often, I mean, I have done that, I have done things like that, but I'm not one for doing it very often. I'm not one for doing it for every single occasion, simply because I live with my wife. You know, in the morning I can give her a present, give her a kiss, and give her some flowers, and show her how much I appreciate her, rather than putting it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram to kind of impress other people that we've got this great marriage or relationship and we're the perfect couple. I don't feel the need to do that necessarily. um, and and also as well, when you then do put things on, they do get more reaction, they do get noticed more, and they do, people do appreciate it more if you're on there constantly trying to impress people. Oh, look what my kids have achieved, look at this, look at that, um, look how great this is, and stuff like that. People get a little bit annoyed by it. So in actual fact, the people you're trying to impress aren't really impressed at all. They're getting more and more irritated by it. So yeah, something to bear in mind. Now I mentioned about um, bragging about your kids and stuff like that, and that's something I try not to do too much. I've got pretty talented kids, to be honest. Ryan's a very good judo player. Josh is talented at music. He hasn't done loads, but he's very natural and stuff like that. And Lucy's a good dancer, and she's in performances and stuff like that. So I am really proud of my kids, and I probably will on the channel put things out about them and stuff, just because it makes me happy. And some of the videos that I've got of them might make other people slightly happy as well, but I won't keep banging on about it. You know, so some of these things we need to be thinking about. Don't impress those who don't matter as much. Try and impress the people who are the closest, the people you live with, and the people you appreciate a lot more. Okay.